Hello, my dear students. Good morning. I hope you are well, happy, healthy, and comfortable. Today we have English 1 course, Headway. We have Unit 7, Passions and Fashions. Passions and Fashions. This unit consists of three main parts. We have present perfect, simple, continuous, passive, as well as making the right noises. That means how to pronounce words correctly. Let's start here. You can, as a starter, talk about three things you have never done. I've never been to a football match. Me neither. I hate football. I have never had body piercing or tattoo. I have got a tattoo of a rose on my ankle. I've never read a Harry Potter book. Really, I've read them all. Right. So we have here grammatical points, the tenses, present perfect simple and present perfect continuous, and how to make them, change them into the passive voice. We have a title here, 3 million books sold. This sentence is in the passive. If we enlarge it, it will become 3 million books have been sold or were sold. That is the passive form. Look at the book titles. Have you read any of them or seen the films? We have, do you know anything about the author J.K. Rowling? Yeah, J.K. Rowling, that she wrote many books on Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, 1997. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, 1998. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, 1999. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, 2000. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, 2003. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, 2005. And finally, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, 2007. In fact, this writer, Rowling, J.K. Rowling, was very poor. She had lived a life of poverty and misery. She never find a good job, but finally, the future or luck smiled on her, and she became not only a millionaire, she became a billionaire. That means she had 1,000 million dollars or pounds. Complete the questions about J.K. Rowling. Use did, was, has, or have. So we can use either the past simple, did, was, or present perfect, haves or have. When, where, and when was she born? A past simple. When was she born? Where was she born? So we connect them. Where and when was she born? When, here, when did she write her first story? What was it about? What was it about? What was, or I mean, or what had she been doing? What had she been doing when she had the idea for Harry Potter? Where did she teach English? When was the first Harry Potter book published? How long? How long has she been writing the books? How many books? How many books has she written? How many books has she written? How many children has she got or has she had? How many books? How many books have been sold? Which books had been made into films? How much money had she made? How many authors had become billionaires? All right. So this story about J.K. Rowling is very interesting, very exciting, and both children and adults are excited, are interested to read or listen or see things about this famous author. Right. We now turn to examine her life. J.K. Rowling, author and billionaire. Author, writer, and billionaire. Her early years. John Kathleen Rowling, author of the best-selling Harry Potter. She is author of the best-selling Harry Potter series of books. Harry Potter, fell in more, than 6 books. Was born in 1965 near Bristol in the south of England. Her birthday, July the 31st, is the same as her famous hero, Harry Potter. School days. What about her school days? John did well in school. Her favorite subjects were English and foreign languages, and she studied French at university. She graduated in 1986, and over the next few years, she had a variety of jobs. However, her passion was writing. She loved writing. She had written her first story, a rabbit, about a rabbit which, with measles, aged 6. Harry Potter is born. She started writing the first Harry Potter book in 1990. The idea of for Harry Potter, a lonely 11-year-old orphan who is actually a wizard. He is a magician. He came to Rowling while she was traveling by train from Manchester, or between from Manchester and London. Although she left England for a short time, after that to teach English in Portugal, she continued to write Harry's story. She returned to Britain in 1993 and settled in Scotland. She settled in Scotland after a brief marriage in Portugal. She was now divorced with a baby, Jessica. It was a difficult time. She was out of work and depressed. She was very sad. And finally completed her first book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. It was published in Britain in 1997 and quickly became a hit with both children and adults. Now, let's examine this grammatical point. We have grammar spot, which deals with tenses. Name the three tenses. Why are they used? She lives in Scotland. Lives here is present simple. Why is it used? Because it refers, expresses habits and facts. She lives in Scotland. She lived in Portugal for three years. That is past action, past event. Lived in Portugal. It began and ended in the past. But she's lived in Scotland since 1993 is a past action which has continued to the present time. She's lived in England, Portugal, and Scotland. We have a present perfect simple. Now, which questions ask about the activity and which questions ask about the quantity? We have activity and quantity. Let's examine these two sentences. How long has she been writing Harry Potter's books? Here has been writing. Writing here is an activity. But how many books? How many? How many books has she written? Is about asking about the quantity, the number. How many? How many books? Yes. The first one, how long? Ask about activity and time. These sentences sound unnatural and the active. Make them passive. Find them in the text. We have people have translated her books into 60 languages. Yeah, you can change it by saying her books have been translated into 60 languages. People have sold 300 million copies of her books. They have sold 300 million books. That means we can change into the passive by saying 300 million books or copies of her books have been sold. People have made 6 of her books into films. We can say 6 of the books have been made into films. All right. Jack, aged 10, here is a big fan of Harry Potter books. If you have here, listen and complete. We have here, how long have you been a fan, a great admirer of Harry Potter? How many of the books have you read? Which is, which books do you like? Best of them all. Okay, so on. Yeah. Which novel or which book do you like best? Here we have, has any of the Harry Potter books changed into films or made into films? Here, like them all. Yeah, do you like them all? How have you any idea how many Harry Potter books have been in the world? Or yeah, what ideas or information do you have about the author? What do you know about the author? A lot of friends and the books. Yeah. Do you have a lot of friends or have a lot of your friends read the books? I know as well as Harry Potter, you have another passion. How long have you had this passion for football? What would you rather do this afternoon? Read Harry Potter or play football? Yeah. All right. So far we have been examining the reputation, the career of J.K. Rowling, a famous English writer who became a billionaire. She became a billionaire. She made a lot of money, huge amounts of money. Now, we have, of course, these sentences discuss differences in meaning. I lived in Sydney for 2 years. I have lived in Sydney for 2 years. The first one is about a completed action in the past. But I have lived, here present perfect. We refer to an action began in the past and it still continues. It still continues. I work for an international company as usual or habit. I have worked for them since 2006. We have here work present simple, have worked present perfect. How long have you been working in Tokyo? How many countries have you worked in? Have you ever met anyone famous? Did you meet anyone famous at the party? I've already finished. I haven't already finished. I haven't finished yet. So have you already with an action completed? Yet an action incomplete is not completed. Who's been eating my chocolates? Who has eaten my chocolates? The first one, someone began eating in the past, but perhaps he hasn't finished yet. But the second here, who is eaten, it seems that he has eaten my chocolates and they have been gone. All right. The president was shot in 1963. Past simple. Yes, in the passive. Have you ever heard the president has been shot? How long are you here for? Yeah. How long have you been here for? All right. We have present simple and present perfect. Underline the correct verb form. We have two forms. Yes. These two forms we have. Choose one. The plane, his plane took off or has taken. We have a few minutes ago. We must use the past simple. Took off. Number two. The president has resigned. Yes, has been resigned. Has resigned. And another president has been elected. I have been working here since. I have been working in Dubai since last March. Where did you arrive? When did you arrive? Yes, when did you arrive? How many emails have you sent? Yeah. What did you do or have you been doing in the bathroom? What have you been doing? All right. You were or you have been there. Yeah, you have been there for ages. A huge snowstorm has hit New York. Over 40 centimeters of snow has fallen. Yeah, over 40 centimeters of snow, you can say, have fallen. All right. People have been advised to stay at home. All right. I hope this, these ideas are made clear. And before we stop, before we finish, I'd like to do this exercise with you. Where can the words in the box go in these sentences? we have sometimes several words are possible. We have just, yet, already, ever, and never. You can use one of them in each sentence. I have read that book. Yeah, I've already read that book. I've been reading an interesting book. I have been reading. Yeah, I have been reading. I have been reading an interesting book. Or I just been reading. Yes. Has it been made into a film yet? He has already learned how to drive. The match hasn't finished yet. Have you been to Morocco yet? Have you ever been to Morocco? Yes. Now, I'd like to say that we have come to the end of this lecture. I have to thank you very much for joining me, and thank you very much. See you next lecture. Bye bye.